Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to Snatch Chat, where I'm here to help you lose fat, but not your mind. I'm Tiffany, certified personal trainer, nutrition specialist, and your body snatcher. And today we are going to be talking about goals, okay? More specifically, we're going to talk about the best way to do goals, which is to set a SMART goal. It's an acronym that stands for specific letters. And instead of doing it in the intro, I will just go through each of the letters that what the letters stand for and the acronym as we go, because I broke those down into the 3 points. Okay, so I'm just going to do that. But before we do, just make sure that you get the workouts that I put in the description. As I always say, they're really good workouts. They're high fat burn. I do the whole workout with you. So go check those out, and also subscribe to the channel because I do put out videos every single week. And then last but not least, I always like to remind everyone that this is a chat, so I will be looking at my notes that are right in front of me. Okay, and that's just what it is. I need some notes, okay? So let me be, okay? Let me be. And also, I have really cute shoes on today. I'm matching. I'm wearing peach, okay? So anyway, all right, so we're going to talk about SMART goals. And like I said, I'm going to go through the acronyms actually throughout the presentation, if you want to call that. Is that what this is? A presentation? I'm going to talk about the actual letters as we go, but I do want to just say as a consensus and in general that most people don't set goals well. And that is, pretty common. It's going to be what it is. Most people, when they originally have a goal, they just say, I want to lose weight, or I need to get rid of some of this fat in my belly, or whatever. And while that is definitely better than nothing, because once you have a goal, you're at least putting it out there that you are ready for change. There are better ways to make sure that your goals will actually be met, okay? And that you can actually make sure that you're actually achieving them, okay? So that is the main thing we're going to get into. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. And I will say these points will be pretty fast. I'm going to use specific example of losing weight as the way to break down and to add to the goal to make it the best goal possible. Okay, so the very first two letters is specific and measurable. Okay, and so both of these things pretty much cover that it's not vague. Okay, so I feel like these two things aren't as hard for people because most people know what they want. So with the specific thing, it would be, losing weight. So you're not saying you just want to be healthy, right? You're saying you specifically want to lose weight, and that is the actual thing that you are focused on. So most people have that covered. And then the measurable thing, though, is something that can be tracked, which is where you start losing some people, because some people will just say, I need to lose some weight. So the measurable part is that you need to be able to actually measure it in some way. So a better goal would be, I want to lose 10 pounds, right? Or I want to lose 30 pounds, or I want to, whatever. So I'm using the example of lose weight, so I'm just going to stick to that. But that would be those two. So those are the ones that make it very specific and not vague, and things that you can actually, pay attention to and say, this is what I'm trying to do. Okay. Then for the second point, I have the next two, which is attainable and relevant. Okay. And this is where I feel like we start losing people a little bit for the most part, especially with the realistic part. So when you're talking about a realistic goal, it has to be something that you can do. Okay. And in the case of lose 10 pounds, right? If I say lose 10 pounds, we're on a good track. Okay. But then if I go and say I want to lose 10 pounds in 2 weeks, which I don't care what, social media is saying, that is not really realistic for most people, and it's probably not being done in the best way. If it is being done, you're starting to make it into something else that isn't really a realistic goal. So you have to make sure that it's not just specific and measurable, but it's something that can be done, okay? And then the second part of that is the relevant part, okay? So why would you need to lose 10 pounds in 2 weeks anyways, right? Like, is it really, okay, let's say you even do have a reason. Is it like, do you really, is it something special about 2 weeks that is going to make it special for you not to do it in a month or 2 months? The answer for most people is going to be no. It's just something that sounds good and they want to do it. Now, taking that 10 pounds again, okay? Let's say that you want to do it for general health. That's an okay reason. That's totally a relevant reason. But an even better one is say, I'm trying to get in shape for my best friend's wedding and I want to wear my bridesmaid's dress, right? So that's where the A and the R come in. So the attainable is definitely where we lose a lot of people because we're not realistic. And then the relevant part can be a little bit more on the soft side. You don't have to have a super, event. It doesn't have to be that you're trying to get in shape for summer. But I will say that for most of us, we do know the real reason that we want to get in shape, okay? And I talk about this a lot with clients because sometimes we just don't want to say what we really want. But, it could be something as petty as like, I just want to look better than I'm not encouraging this. I'm just saying, if someone made you mad or you say, I don't want to be the biggest person at the family reunion or whatever, it could be anything, but usually we do have some kind of relevant event or something coming up that makes us want to get in shape. It can be just for health, and that is totally great because it's a perfect enough reason, but a lot of us do have more things. So if you do have something, it is a way to motivate yourself if you have something that you're specifically attaining to. Okay? So, and then that just leaves us with the last one. I told you this is going to be fast. So that's time bound. Okay, so I put that this is the most important one. Okay, and this kind of ties into the whole in 2 weeks thing that I said before. But it's kind of the opposite. So it's not that you just want the goal to be attainable and that you want it to be realistic and to be able to be done in a certain amount of time, but you have to actually have a deadline. Okay? So that means that, and this is where I definitely know a lot of people get caught up. So they'll say, I want to lose 10 pounds. And it'd be like, if it's not the complete extreme of like 2 weeks, it'd be like no deadline at all. So I'd be like, when do you see yourself losing 10 pounds? I don't know. I just want to lose 10 pounds. Well, by not putting an actual deadline on it, you're kind of not putting enough of a pressure on yourself to actually attain the goal. So you have to actually put a timeline on it. So the final goal that I have for the weight loss is I want to lose 10 pounds for my friend's best I can't even talk. I want to lose 10 pounds for my best friend's wedding in 3 months, right? So that goal includes everything, right? You're specific about what you want. It's measurable. It's the 10 pounds. It's attainable because it's realistic. Okay. It's attainable and realistic because it's in 3 months. So you're not 10 pounds in 3 months. You could do that in probably 2 months. So you're putting a little less pressure on yourself, but it will be measurable. And then it is time bound because you're actually giving yourself a deadline. Okay? And if it wasn't something as strict as your best friend's wedding and it was just you wanted to do it for general health, you still should have a deadline. So you could say, I want to lose, 2 pounds every month for the rest of the year or whatever, something like that. And I do actually have a little bit of an additional thing that I'll say because this is what I do with clients a lot. And I set different kinds of goals where what I'm talking about now are results goals, right? So they're things that you want to achieve as your actual goal and the result of everything you're doing. But I do suggest that you make goals for other things as well and break it down. So you can do have a goal just for working out. So instead of saying, I'm just going to work out, you can say, I want to work out 3 days a week, and do cardio for an hour total for the week. So that is a specific, so it fits all the SMART goal, qualifications, but it's just for working out. And then say for food, you can do a separate SMART goal for food and say, if you know that your weakness is a certain food or something, say you really just love cookies, okay? And I'll just use cookies because cookies are quite delicious and they can be a lot of people's thing. So say you like cookies and you just feel like you need to eat less of them. Maybe you can say, usually I eat like cookies every day. So your first SMART goal will be, I will only have cookies 3 days out of the week, or I will only have cookies 4 days out of the week, right? And you actually can mark and measure how many cookies you're having a week, and then you can set goals and you can change the goals at any time. So that's the other beautiful thing about goals. You can change them at any time. Okay, so that was quick. I just wanted to run it down, just what a SMART goal is. So basically, just to recap, it's being specific, okay, meaning that you know exactly what you want. It's measurable, meaning that you know what you want, but you're also able to measure it in some way. Okay, that it's attainable, which means it's realistic. Okay, and I know attainable and relevant are kind of like, similar, but attainable is just straight up realistic. And then relevant is if it's a specific thing that applies to you, okay? And what thing is going to drive you to do it, and if there's like a special event or if it's just your health or whatever. And then time bound is the last one, which is basically just to actually have a goal and have a deadline set for yourself, okay? So that is the actual sum up. So the actionable step for the day is to actually come up with a SMART goal for yourself. And you can do this for all three things that I said. You can have one for your actual goal as in results and what you want to achieve, have one for your workouts and a plan for your workouts, and then have one for your actual nutrition. And you can set as many as you want, but I always say just going for one a piece is a great thing. It's a great start, and you can always add things or change at any time. So those are the actionable steps of the day, and that is it for today. So like I said before, make sure you get the workouts. They're really good. Like I said, get some sweat. That is one way to, you can set a SMART goal of getting all three of the workouts that I put up for you done this week. How about that? We'll make that a SMART goal for the workouts, and then you can do the other two on your own. Okay. But yeah, and subscribe to the channel. So other than that, eat well, take care of yourself. Leave a comment if you want to hear about anything in particular. I would love to make videos that you actually want to hear. So definitely do not be shy. I would love for you to comment anyway so I can know, what you're thinking about things that are being said. But definitely always open to suggestions and ideas. So definitely let me know. So, all right, y'all, take care of yourself, and I will see you next time.